How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is a bit of a different video and something that I'm going to make a series. See, if you have been in my channel for a while, you probably heard me mention a short film a lot of times. This is a project of mine that I had to pause because I'm working almost 70 hours a week. And this is also why I haven't been making much content. And I want this to happen. I want this to succeed. I have all the tools for these to be something very awesome. The fact that I'm doing the vlogs is for me to keep me more accountable into, hey, I need to make this content, not only for the channel, but I need this project to keep going. So here it is. This was about an hour and a half recording that I compressed. I'm not a fan of time lapses, but otherwise you guys are going to be very bored because that takes me a while. Now, while I have y'all's attention, there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention that I thought would be fun for you guys to know while I'm making this. Is one of the things that I do the most when somebody contacts me about virtual production is this. Just set making. Often they contact me for a consultation on, hey, how's the LED wall? It's usually indie filmmakers, of course. I'm not going to be doing these consultations for big studios. They already know what to do. But it's usually like indie filmmakers, people that are trying to get into the virtual production game. They're trying to see if it's going to be useful for the pipeline. So that's one of my other jobs, and the main job that I've been doing for virtual production whenever I get freelance clients, doing this, just stage design, level design. Of course, this isn't for the LED wall. Most of the set designs that I do are for the LED wall. This one isn't, because this is a film that I'm making. I don't have money for the LED wall. That's like $100,000 a day. I'm just making a 3D animated short film. So it's going to be me mocapping and all that. But one of the first things that I'm doing, aside from storyboarding, is creating these sets. And this is one of several sets that I'm going to have to build. The other sets that I have built was the space, one of the first space scenes. I built that first because it was easy to kind of like get me into the settings and everything else. But this is the second stage. It's called the hangar. As you can see, there's going to be some shots in here, and I just wanted to have a cool overall stage to, add to the short film. Because I was thinking first, okay, I'm not going to design a whole set. I'm going to design just what is going to be on camera. But then this actually happened with a client of mine that he wanted to save time. He said, let's just do what's on camera. And then he didn't end up liking the shot. So I had to add more stuff because he wanted some other shots, some other positions, and we needed to get some assets for the background. So yeah, this is why I decided to, instead of doing that I would rather make the whole thing and then just take the shots from there and decide what I wanted to do. Now, the other thing that I'm going to talk about here, and I'm going to highly recommend, is the Jupiter Sci-Fi Kit. This is a kit that I love to use for sci-fi. I have a ton of sci-fi assets, and this is by far the best one, or one of the best ones. I say I have like 3 that are great, but this is one of the best ones because it has a lot of variation, and it had that what he called the Star Citizen modeling, which is medium poly. Medium poly, we used to do this before nanite was a thing. And it's something that will get you great detail without having to have high poly count. Now, that probably doesn't make any sense anymore because we have nanite. We can have as high resolution as we want. This looks like it's made from a AAA game. So, and when you put it in the cinematic with the correct lighting, it actually looks pretty good. This was very silly of me not to do the Bethesda Lighting from the get-go. You're going to see with Bethesda Lighting what I mean in a little bit later. But yeah, this is a kit that I recommend. Link is going to be in the description. Not sponsored, by the way. Just, something that I use that I highly recommend anyone. I don't think he has updated for 5.4, but he has an update for 5.3. So it's good. It's not nanite, but even though it's not nanite, it looks pretty good. It has very, very good geometry. It has a ton of textures, a lot of customizable textures, and very customizable lights. I actually have some of the lights on scene. The other asset that I'm using in this scene is that ship. It's actually from CG Pitbull. Again, I'm gonna leave a link to his asset store in description down below. He has some assets in the marketplace, but he doesn't have all of his ships on the marketplace. I'm also going to leave his CG Trader, which usually has all his ships. This ship actually got from CG Trader because this was way before he opened that Unreal Marketplace store. One thing that's funny, and I want to hear if this has happened to you when you design levels in Unreal or any other program, actually started with a level that was already done. This is from the Lumen Star Station. Again, that one's gonna be in the link in the description too. That was a free asset at some point, so I grabbed that one. It looked pretty good. It's not quite as realistic as the one that I'm using, but it gets the job done. So I was gonna use that as a starting base. And what's funny about it is that almost none of it's left from that asset. So I'm like, why did I even pick this level? And that has happened quite several times when I'm designing levels, is because I don't know. I just pick a level and say, okay, this is going to be my starting level, and then it ends up just not being, because I add so much stuff and delete so much stuff from it, that it just ends up looking like something else. I do have some reference images that I'm using, so I'm using some reference images from Star Citizen, some reference images from other games. Star Citizen is because even though that game hasn't come out, I don't think it's gonna ever come out, but it does have one of the best visuals for a space game. That's just no question about that. It's one of the best space looking games out there. So yeah, I'm not designing a game. This is for a cinematic, but still, the way that the things are framed and everything in Star Citizen is pretty good. So this is going to be kind of like a single spaceship hangar. I was thinking about doing what I saw on Lucky 13. If you've watched Love, Dead and Robots, like I think I've watched that, I don't know, too many times probably. And I was going to do the multi-ship hangar, but then I thought that would actually create problems for me when I'm doing the shots, and because I'm the only one doing the motion capture, it will just make things hard on myself, and there's just not that many characters that need to be on screen. So I decided to just go for the one. In the coming video log, I'm going to show you the exterior of this ship, because this hangar is actually in like a mothership, if you will. So that exterior goes to some place that I need to dress up the exterior to. And yeah, so the episode after this, it's going to be probably another level design. And if there's not that much to do, then I'll get into lighting. If not, then there'll be a specific episode about lighting, so stay tuned. But yeah, if you like this kind of videos, then there'll probably be something regular in the channel after this short film is done. The story of the short film, I don't want to talk about so much because I kind of want it to be a surprise. There will be a trailer on the channel once that's partially done. But like I said, I need to run things by the people that are helping me with this. Not monetarily, it's just they gave me some resources that to me, right now it's more valuable than money, because I really want to get this done. The people that are helping me are some great people. They're kind of famous, so it's awesome, and this is going to be great. Now, if you want to see what I mean by the Bethesda illumination, just skip all the way to minute 18. I'm actually going to leave a chapter for that, now that I think about it. Just hit the chapter, and you're going to see what I mean. What I meant is you just grab a skylight and you increase the intensity to all heck, and that is going to give you you know, just uploaded scene, but you'll be able to see everything. You have to set your radius to 1, and because that will just capture what's on scene, and it's just going to make everything look bloomy, kind of like Fallout 3 or what's it called, or Skyrim, like Skyrim without mods. I think that's why I call it Bethesda Lighting, because that's pretty much how I see them. Those old games, they're no hate. I love Bethesda game. I'm a big Fallout fan, big Skyrim fan. It's just the lighting in those games was not the best. I felt very silly once I did that, and I'm like, oh, I should have done this from the get-go so everybody can see what's going on, and not have like a bunch of point lights just floating on there. Although it does look cool because it helps with the reflections and stuff, but yeah, what you see here on screen is definitely not going to be the final lighting. Anyway, leave me some comments down below with questions you have, because I might read those in the next vlog. And I'm just going to leave you with the rest of the video. Remember, there's a Patreon if you want to help out the channel. Patrons are going to be on screen right now for a second. And yeah, make sure you watch the whole video, and we'll talk in the next one.